This is KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Jean Littlejohn from the Family Folk Machine of Iowa City. Jean, welcome back.
Hi, thanks, Dennis. Thanks for having me.
The Family Folk Machine is an intergenerational acoustic chorus and ensemble. Is that a good way to?
Yeah. We call ourselves an intergenerational, non-auditioned choir.
So everyone is welcome, and
Yep.
because you say choir, but you also teach instruments, traditional acoustic
we have
instruments.
Instruments also, and we do what we can to incorporate instruments that our members already play too. And this fall is a good example of that because we have a song that includes a lot of wind band instruments: trombones, euphonium, flute, clarinets, trumpets. So we're really branching out on that side of things this fall.
You're gearing up for a concert coming up when?
November 17th, a Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. at the Englert Theatre in downtown Iowa City.
And I know that when you started the organization, it was really to kind of bring back and preserve, kind of American heritage, acoustic music, bluegrass is not the right term, but, folk songs but you've branched out, and now your group is writing a lot of original music.
Yeah, that's right. So we generally program a wide variety of genres of music, and we take the word folk very broadly to emphasize the idea of music that is for all people and that can express things about our need for community and unity between people.
Okay.
So we do some traditional folk music, but then other music that maybe highlights whatever theme we're focused on at that time. And this fall, that theme is one family. So we have songs about the relationships between generations, about the experience of being a certain age, being a kid, or feeling yourself aging as you get older, and other songs that relate to sort of the love you might feel for your children or within your family, and then sort of zooming out to that larger perspective and songs about the human family generally. And that's where some of our original songs have come in too.
What is the age range of participants in the ensemble?
So we have a really big ensemble this fall. We're about 100.
Wow.
Which is a new high for us. And
everybody's going to be involved in the concert in some fashion.
Everybody's going to be there on stage together. Our youngest members are about 5, I think. And I think we have about 25 kids who are 6th grade and younger. And then we have a large group, 10 or 12, of junior high kids. And we have some high schoolers. And then on up, I think our oldest adults are maybe about 75.
And then in the songwriting group, what's the age range there? I mean, because you talked about writing songs from the perspective of a kid and then getting older. At what point do you start encouraging your musicians to write their own songs?
Well, it's been one of the wonderful things with our two of our associate directors. Nicole Upchurch does a lot of the work with the younger kids, and songwriting is one of her specializations. And then associate director Gayla Drake has done songwriting with the adults, sort of high school and up. And so people from the whole age spectrum have been writing original songs. And we had an open mic a couple weeks ago, and one of our young kids sang a song about sharks that he had written himself this fall. So
Not Baby Sharks.
Nope, it was actually a different song from that, although that one's very popular among our kids too. But last spring we performed a song that was written by 2 of our high schoolers. And then this fall, some of our original songs came out of a songwriting class that Gayla did last year, and an ongoing workshop with some of those class participants. So one is by a mom, and the song's called Little Disasters. And it's partly about her kids, I think, but partly about like other things in life that kind of go wrong, and how everyone tells you it's going to be okay, but sometimes you can't really feel that. And another original song by a member of that group is about is sort of a humorous look at growing older and the various things that no longer work quite the same way. And
Yeah, I don't know anything about
yeah,
that.
me neither. I don't know. It's been really fun for the choir to learn, though. We gave it a little Motown feel,
Nice.
and that's good. And then Gayla co-wrote a song with another workshop participant, and it's a really beautiful song called Homeward Bound about the human family and how when we meet other people we recognize them as having a relation to ourselves, and the choirs really enjoyed that one too.
You said that your ensemble is up to about 100 people. Do most of the new people come in? Do they kind of come in as families? You know, mom and dad maybe want to maybe have some music in their background and want to get their kids started, or do young people come in on their own?
Most of the younger kids come with an older family member. That just works out a little
Well,
better
when you're
for
talking
everybody.
5 years old, they
Yes.
probably are not seeking you out themselves, I guess.
That's right. But one thing that happens a lot is that a parent will notice that their kid really likes music, and maybe the parent wouldn't feel like they had time to go seek out a hobby for themselves, but they'll come to the group for their kid. They feel like, oh, my kid really needs this musical experience.
And this is something we can do together.
And yeah, so it's like making good use of everybody's time, and then the parent ends up making a really good contribution to the ensemble also. And I feel good about that. Sometimes as parents, you feel like you're driving your kid around to activities all the time, and your whole job is just being a chauffeur. And if you can find activities where you can be equal participants, that's really valuable for the community, I think.
Well, and especially in music, because when we get our kids involved in music, a lot of times, yeah, we're taking them to lessons, we're following around a marching band or jazz band or whatever, and it's not something that the family gets to do together. So this is a unique and I think really valuable opportunity.
Yeah, I also, in my own family, really value having a body of songs that we all know and that we can all sing, and especially when they're songs that can really do something for you. Something comes up in your life and you all know this song and you can sing it together. And I've seen that happening in other families, and it makes me feel really happy.
And you also said that you're doing a project with ukuleles.
Yes, we are very excited that we got a nice grant this fall from the Community Foundation of Johnson County to fund a youth ukulele project. And so we were able to purchase a bunch of instruments from West Music and some accessories to support the instruments. And Nicole has background teaching ukulele to kids, and I tried it out last weekend. Actually, it's a lot harder than you would think. Like when you have a little kid, just the coordination. I have to put this finger here and do this with my hand, and
Right. Yeah. Well, two hands doing different stuff.
I know. Yeah, yeah. So that really made me feel grateful, especially grateful to Nicole for how she's able to get these very young kids to learn, begin to learn how to strum some chords. But she's done ukulele work in the past with the kids, but now that we own some instruments, it's just, every kid can do it. It doesn't have to depend on them owning an instrument from home. So it's increased the access to that program. And some of the kids are playing their ukuleles at our concert in November, but she's also been able to just spend time with them in small groups or one-on-one and teach them a lot of other folk songs based on their individual interests. So like for my kid, it was, oh, here's this goofy song about a duck that I heard somewhere. She shows up immediately with like a chord chart and sets them to learning it on the ukulele, and he's really engaged now, so it's been really good, and we'll be able to use these instruments for years to come with the kids, but also with some of the adults who've taken up ukulele to support their own songwriting or performing at home. And
Family Folk Machines Fall Concert is November 17th, 3 o'clock at the Englert Theatre. Tickets?
Admission is free,
Yay!
but we'll be collecting
Sure.
donations if people are willing to give us a donation.
And then are you accepting new members at any time? Probably aren't going to be jumping in before a concert that's just a couple of weeks away, but
Probably not right this second, but rehearsals for our spring session will start on January 12th. We usually meet on Sunday afternoons, and this spring we'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary of the first Earth Day.
okay.
So we're doing a sort of one planet concert, and we'll have lots of good songs about nature and related topics.
The fall concert is One Family, November 17th at the Englert Theatre. If people want more information or want to get it on the calendar maybe to start up when you begin your next session in January, I'm sure they can visit your website, which is?
Absolutely. familyfolkmachine.org. Nice
Jean.
and easy.
Jean, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Dennis.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio weekdays at 10:20 or download the podcast. Watch or listen on your own schedule using whatever podcast catcher you like the most or at kcck.org/culture. I'm Dennis Green.